This news update is brought to you by
Rock the remote with hours of free karaoke on video on demand from Flow. So bring it like Bay. There's even wonderful kids sing-alongs too. Available anytime. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we flow.
It's Tuesday, February the 23rd, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top story, Barbadians appear to want political change. A nationwide poll conducted by Systematic Marketing and Research Services, Inc. shows 62% of the Barbadian electorate favoring a change of government. However, worryingly for opposition leader Mia Mottley, the numbers wishing her to lead a possible new government are significantly smaller than those calling for a different political dispensation. Only 21% of those polled saw Mottley as the person best suited to lead Barbados. But the disenchantment with the current political leadership of the country was even more stark, with Prime Minister Francis Stewart doing marginally worse than Mottley, with only 17% viewing him as the best person to lead the country. The poll also suggested that it would not be in the best interest of the ruling DLP to call a general election anytime soon. Now, only 20% of those polled indicated they would support the Francis Stewart administration in an early election. 40% stated they would be voting for the BLP if a general election were called soon. Significantly, though, 34% of those polled refused to divulge their party of choice in the next general election. Government has been put on notice that public servants will not waver in their demands for wages and salaries increases this year. In fact, President of the Congress of Trade Unions and Staff Associations, Cedric Murrell, made it clear all employers should expect demands for pay rises because members were interested in engaging employers in such talks. However, addressing the Week of Excellence 2016 seminar at the Grand Salle of the Central Bank yesterday, Murrell reserved most of his attention for Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair.
To say that he must have heard, and you must have heard already, from the unions, that we are interested in engaging our employers in talks this year for wages and salaries for our members. And so I give early notice to the minister that he should so equip his negotiators with the tools and the resources that we can have a meaningful dialogue.
As the National Union of Public Workers Private Service Vehicles Grouping intensifies efforts to clean up the negative image of transport operators, the committee behind the group has announced plans to reach out to the community. PSV operator and committee vice chairman Sean Dapper Best told Barbados Today they want the public to know they have a heart and it's not all about hustling for the mighty dollar.
We have been doing projects with the Forest Children Home, as in making donations to the children. We even have a project in the making where we are going to also assist the Cancer Society. And there are other projects we have also in the making, such as food drives, the cleaning up of some of the primary schools in Barbados, which that also should help the government because they will not have to pay workers to do this. And some of us go to court, we get community service, and we go to the NCC, some goes to the hospital, but we do different things. So instead of waiting till we get community service, we're doing this community service ourselves.
In sports, now the 7th round West Indies Cricket Board PCL first-class match between Barbados Pride and Guyana Jaguars has ended in a draw. It was the half-centuries of opener Taj Narain Chandrapal and captain Leon Johnson, but more particularly Barbadian import Raymond Reefer, who frustrated Barbados' Pride victory bid and earned a draw for Guyana Jaguars at Kensington Oval yesterday. Resuming the final day on 52 without loss in pursuit of an improbable target of 405, Jaguars batted the entire day to finish on 252 for 7, with Chandra Paul top scoring with 69 and Johnson getting an even 50. Test opener Radrindra Chandrika chipped in with 449 to ensure Jaguars cruised at 163 for 2 at one stage. However, part-time off spinner Roston Chase, who claimed 5 for 77 to end with a 10-wicket haul, triggered a slide to leave Jaguars battling to save the game at 217 for 6. Now, Reefer, in his second season with the Georgetown-based franchise, then became the hero as he batted just under 2.5 hours and faced 116 balls for an unbeaten 19 to nullify Price's attack.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Read all about it, read all about it. Get your paper, only $2.25. Let's get your paper.
You again with that stale news from yesterday? I got the Barbados today on my phone and I just get my news for free. What do she?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
Well, it may be the month of love, but it is also the month of AgriFest. It is here, AgriFest 2016 at Queen's Park on February 26th through 28th, highlighting the theme, Grow, Sell, Eat, Repeat. A humongous amount of attractions and activities for everybody. So don't Dixie doodle your physiog. I, Brother Daddy, will be there, along with my sheep, Dolly, Dootsy, and Dan. So come, let me celebrate the very best of agriculture in the Caribbean.
Regional news, religious leaders, educators, and social activists from around the Caribbean have come together to form another action group to tackle the issue of suicide in Guyana. The group, called Caribbean Voice, reveals some of their plans to deal with the problem in Guyana. Jessica Dow reports.
It's another brick in the wall as the fight continues to keep the rate of suicide under control. An optimistic group called Caribbean Voice revealed to the media their upcoming action plan for attacking the suicide rate in Guyana. This happened on Friday at the Carol Lodge. Youth activist of the Caribbean Voice, Colin Haynes, gives a glimpse of how the organization plans to deal with the issue.
Religion, and it's a place where people find comfort, they find spiritual health. And so we want to have all these organizations come on board as a consortium to make it happen. And how do we move forward? What is said before us today is we continue to engage, we continue to put the message out.
On the international scene, the bloodshed in Syria could come to an end this weekend. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry has announced that a truce between some of the groups fighting inside Syria could go into effect as early as Friday. The cessation of hostilities is the result of talks between the United States and Russia as co-chairs of the International Syria Support Group.
We have reached a provisional agreement in principle on the terms of the cessation of hostilities that could begin in the coming days. It is not yet done, and I anticipate that our presidents, President Obama and President Putin, may well speak somewhere in the next days or so in order to try to complete this task.
And finally, something to think about. It was a chess competition with a difference. Players stripped to their underwear and sat in a pool of freezing water, yes. Then they played their matches. This all took place in a mountain region of Russia. That's Coldplay. And that's news and sports. However, you can join us again this afternoon for more. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.